Alright, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash. I double honors to venerable elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David, which are the elect, men, women, and children who are going to be saved in these last days, man. Alright, so basically, I just wanted to, talk about the New World Order, so-called New World Order, the chip, and basically the beast, all right, and how they all working together. Honestly, the New World Order is already in place, okay? The beast system is already in place, all right? The only thing that they need to do is to get everything in place, because right now you have something called the United Nations. United Nations is a form of a New World Order. Okay, now the only thing they need to validate that New World Order is a chip, the so-called mark of the beast. Well, not the so-called mark, it is the mark of the beast. Okay, so now what you're looking at is the EU and NATO coming together to enforce that reality of the chip. Okay, people living off the chip, which is going to be enforced by the United Nations. Okay, now if you want to get real technical with it, the European Union was created when? When was it founded? It was founded November 1st, 1993. Okay, in the Netherlands, which is in Europe. Okay, and it consists of how many nations, how many countries? The European Union consists of how many countries? It consists of what? 28 European countries. Okay, and what are those 28 European countries? I'm gonna get them for you right now. It's like off the top. You got United Kingdom, which is known as England, okay, the UK. You have Germany, you have Italy, you have Poland, France, Spain, Sweden, Romania, Croatia, Greece. Mind you, there are certain countries here that are part of the United European Union and NATO as well. Okay, Greece, Bulgaria, Netherlands, Republic of Ireland, Czech Republic, Hungary, Austria, Finland, Denmark, Portugal, Belgium, Malta, Cyprus, Lithuania, Slovenia, Slovakia, Latvia, and Estonia. Okay, these are the countries that make up the European Union. Now, I spoke about the United Nations earlier. Okay, United Nations is under the vise of what? Of creating peace and security and sustainable development of human rights. Okay, and basically providing humanitarian assistance, which is all bullshit because they have to play under they have to play the mind games with the people. Okay, now we know, like I pointed out earlier, that the United Nations is like this. It says in its name, United Nations. Okay, a new world order of what? All the worlds are coming together. A new world order. All the nations coming together create one. Okay, United Nations. Okay, which was created, it was funded, not funded, but founded, okay, 1945, okay, in San Francisco, California. And you know who pushed for that shit? The Rockefeller, man. I think I forgot the guy who did it, but it was a Rockefeller. I think it was David Rockefeller, the one who just passed away. The same owner of Chase Manhattan Bank, which I think is John D. Rockefeller. Okay, I think the father or the uncle of this dude. You know what I'm saying? But they have whatchamacallit. So yeah, so United Nations was founded October 24th, 1945 in San Francisco, California. Okay, and then you have something called NATO. Okay, now NATO is the abbreviation for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, and it was also founded, was it 4 years after the United Nations was founded? So that, which would be 1949. Okay, which the United Nations was founded in 1945 in Cali. NATO was founded 1949, 4 years later, in Washington D.C. April 4th, 1949 in Washington. Okay, And like I said earlier about how the countries that are part of the EU, we have some countries that are part of EU and also part of NATO. They work together. I'll give you some examples. France, Portugal, Spain, the UK. Okay? I believe Italy is part of it as well. You know, but these are the countries that form NATO. You have the United States, you have France, you have the UK, you have Canada, Italy, Norway, Belgium, Netherlands, Denmark, Portugal, Luxembourg, and Iceland. Okay, these are the countries that make up NATO right now. Okay, now there were some countries that were part of it. So like I think, God, there are some countries that are, I think is more than what I just said. Let me just get that for you. God, so there are currently 29 countries that make up NATO. Okay, NATO members as the most important players in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization are the member countries themselves. There are 29 current members, which all brothers should know this off the top. You have Albania, which joined in 2009. You got Belgium, which joined the year it opened. Okay, so those countries that I named earlier were actually the founders of NATO. Okay, the founders of NATO were the countries that I mentioned earlier, which was the United States, France, United Kingdom, Canada, Italy, Norway, Belgium, Netherlands, Denmark, Portugal, Luxembourg, and Iceland. These are the countries that founded NATO back in 1949. Slovakia. Now, after that, obviously, you know, different countries start to join. Okay, so you have Albania, which joined in 2009. You have Belgium, which joined 1949. You have Bulgaria, which joined in 2004. You have Canada, which joined in 1949. You have Croatia, which joined in 2009. Czech Republic, 1999. Denmark, which was part of the founders, 1949. Estonia, 2004. France, 49. Germany, 1955. Greece, 1952. Hungary, 1999. Iceland, 1949. Italy, 1949. Latvia, 2004. Lithuania, 2004. Luxembourg, 1949. Montenegro, 2017, which is last year. Wow. Netherlands, 1949. Norway, 1949. Poland, 1999. Portugal, 1949. Romania, 2004. Slovakia, 2004. Slovenia, 2004. Spain, 1982. Turkey, 1952. United Kingdom and United States were both part of it, 1949. Okay, so like I said earlier, so you have these branches. Okay, you have these organizations. You have the EU and you have NATO, which make up the beast, and they support the beast of beasts, which is the United Nations, man. Okay, you have the United Nations, which is basically like the headquarters, basically. Okay, the headquarters of these two branches, these two organizations. Okay, so the United Nations is basically the top dog. Okay, that runs all this shit, you know, which is operated by the Rothschilds directly. Okay, the Rothschilds are the ones who own the United Nations, and through the United Nations, they're able to, you know, pick out their presidents, you know, all these different things that they have. So all these countries run a certain way. Every country that's part of the United Nations they run a certain way because the United Nations polices the earth. Okay, they police the world in terms of things that are allowed to happen and not to happen. Okay, you have all these wars that be happening. You know, Syria's getting bombarded by Israel and freaking US and the coalition forces, but nothing is being done about that. But then the United Nations was put in place. Well, when I was in school, what they told was that they're there to enforce peace and to make sure that no country is going above and beyond the boundaries set by the world, the law of the land, basically.